Let me walk you through comprehensively translating images in your Google Slides deck using Slides Translator. Now, there's 4 different ways to do it. So if you'd like, you can watch the entire video or just forward to the part that's most relevant to you. Now, I would recommend number 3 as a do not miss part of this video, and probably number 4 as well. So forward to those if you're short on time. Thank you. Translator by going to Extensions, Slides Translator, and Translate, and clicking on Translate Images right here. So when I click that, and either I click the image or click the slide itself and hit Translate, what it's going to do is it's going to extract the text out of the image and put it right on top of the image. So now I can manipulate the text or move the text around or do whatever I'd like with it. So this does not alter your original image. It just gives you the translated text, as you can see here. Now, if I move this down, you're going to see the original image is still there in case you need it, but now we have the text extracted and we are now able to manipulate that. Now, let me show you an example of translating an image to a brand new image. So we're not extracting the text and translating that, but we are actually generating a brand new image that's translated to the language that you'd like. So here on my screen, you can see this is a screenshot of my Google Drive. And because the image is styled and formatted in a very specific way, we want to retain the image as it is, but just translate the language within it. Well, first, I'll turn on Translate Images, and then in the Options panel, I'll simply go down to Translate Image to Image. So now with both of these selected, Translate Images and Translate Image to Image, now I can generate a brand new image with this feature. Keep in mind, Image to Image is available for unlimited use, but for all business and school district licenses. If you are an individual licensee or you're using the free version of our tool, you have a limited number of uses of this tool. So just be careful about that. If you'd like to get unlimited usage, just reach out to us at sales@automagicalapps.com. So here, with these two on, I can either select the image or select the entire slide and hit translate. Now it's, again, going to keep the original image in your slides, but it's going to take it, translate it to Korean in this case, because I picked Korean, and put the image that's translated on top of the old image. This works with the Google Translate engine and with the DeepL Translate engine. So here you can see, if I zoom in, this is now translated to Korean. Now, again, if I move this image, you're going to see the old one is still back there, but here is the new one. Now, there are a couple limitations with this. One limitation is that it will not respect the fonts that you had before. So if you had some interesting fonts, it will just standardize them. As you can see here, it's all the same font. Number 2 is that the fonts will always be black. So if you have different colors of font, that will not be respected using the image to image tool. All right, so now let me show you how to translate an image, but translate it with editable text. So your original image will have the text erased. The text will be pulled out, translated, and put on top. So you can then edit the text, the size, the style, the formatting, and all of that stuff. Here you can see on my screen, I have an image and there's text in the image. So what I'm going to do is not only flip on Translate Images, but also flip on Translate Image to Image. And finally, in the advanced image options here, I'm going to also turn on Automagical Image to Image. Now, if you forget to turn all 3 of these on, that's fine. If I turn these off and simply hit Automagical Image to Image on, you're going to see automatically the other 2 are also flipped on. So to access this feature, you do need to flip on Translate Images, Translate Image to Image, and Automagical Image to Image. What this is going to do is, again, translate the image but make the text editable. Again, one thing to keep in mind here is if you are a free user or an individual licensee, you have a limited number of uses of these tools. But if you are a business licensee or a school district licensee, then you have unlimited usage. So here, now if I select the image or select the slide and hit translate, so here you can see now I have an image that's translated. And if I click on the text, I can actually manipulate it. So here I can bold that, I can change the color, I can move it around. So every text box or field is its own box in Google Slides. So you can change the text around independently of each other. And here you can see an example of that. So this is the most powerful feature that we have for image manipulation. And we think this is going to give you the results that you're looking for, 9.5 times out of 10. Occasionally, when it's working with the images, it might slightly alter the image when it's erasing the text. So you might see some remnants of old text or some sort of stuff there, but most of the time you're going to get a pretty good response as you're seeing here. But if I zoom in, you can see where the text was erased, it's been slightly blurred out there. All right, so you can see that. Now, what if you have background images? How do you work with them? So here, this is a background image, and I can't select anything. I can't select the text. I can't select anything on the slide. That's because this, if I right-click, has been set as a background image. Now, what I can do to translate this thing is, as I showed in the last tutorial, is flip on Translate Images, number 1, Translate Image to Image, number 2, Automagical Image to Image, number 3. So this is going to give you the editable text version, and then Translate Background Images, number 4. These last two options are again in the Advanced Image Options panel. So now when I flip all of these on, I click the slide and hit Translate. It's going to take the background image, translate it, give you editable text located where the text was in the original image, and then you can manipulate that text. So here you can see it placed the text back into the same locations that it was, but it's not completely aligned as it was before. So I can move this text around and change this color, for example. If I want to make this bigger, I can make this bigger by doing that. And I can redesign the slide to look like what it did before, but before the translation. So there you have it. Now this image is still the background, but the text is in the foreground, so you can manipulate that. If I didn't select Automagical Image to Image and did it without that, I'll show you an example of that here. So we're back to the original image, and I turned off Automagical Image to Image, only kept Translate Image to Image, and hit Translate. What that's going to do is it's going to generate a brand new image without editable text, because the text is embedded in the new image, and it's going to set the background image as the new translated image. Now, again, this works 9 times out of 10, but you might find some issues that I'm going to show you here on my screen. So one of those issues, number 1, is that it's going to find every bit of text in your image, even if it's not exactly text, and the model thinks that it might be text, it's going to translate it. So here you can see the bear's face was determined to be text, so it was translated. And so was an item up here in the top right corner. So, and also here's a 5 floating at the bottom. So it's going to find every subtle bit of text in your image and translate that. And it might not translate it perfectly or position it perfectly. So here we can't edit this text because it's part of the image, but it has been translated. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful to help you learn how to use image to image in Slides Translator. So to summarize, really, number 1, you have 3 different ways to translate images in your slide deck, either extracting the text and translating just that, translating the image to a brand new image, or using Automagical Image to translate the image and also allow you to edit the text afterwards. Number 2, use Automagical Image to Image most of the time, as we think this is the best performing way to do image to image translations and allows you to edit the text after the translation is done. Number 3, translating background images, it requires checking the Translate Background Images box. So make sure if you have background images in your slide, you are toggling that box on to translate background images, which is located in the Advanced Image Options. Number 4, remember, you have limited use of image-to-image translation tools unless you are a business licensee or a school district domain license. So talk to your business or your school about getting a domain-wide license to use these tools with unlimited usage. And last but not least, if you need any support, don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@automagicalapps.com. Thank you.